ritual of music right here on the DeeZie Show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Floppy. And we got the big boy Meat in the chat, ready to be the second guest on the show. This is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one. I cannot wait to get into this juicy stream. Kamikaze Alex. This is very romantic. This is a romantic night. DeeZie brings you romance. Hashtag DeeZmance. I don't know what that means. Let DeeZie love on your face. That's a little bit, We're border in terms of service. I should probably stop. Going live in about 10 minutes time. Five minutes on the clock The countdown is on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm nervous because I got the meatiest of the boys on this stream today. The second ever guest of the DeeZie Show, Meatwrist, on the table, slab on that table. The juice is gonna melt. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be tasty. I'm looking at his camera right now. He's looking like he loves it. He's looking like he loves seeing, hearing what I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be amazing. I hope you're hyped. Let's go, chat! ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your host, DeeZie motherfucking TV. How you doing, everybody? And welcome to the DeeZie Show. This is gonna be a good one. This is the stream I've been waiting for all week. We have certainly changed things up here on DeeZie TV. The third ever DeeZie Show. I hope you've enjoyed the previous two, but let me tell you this one. We got a fat slab of meat on the table, man. This is gonna be amazing. We got special guest Meatwrist coming on up. Come on. Come on. It doesn't get better than that. That's like a T-bone steak prime. Man, we are gonna go get into some action here. But before we do, let me tell you about my week. Because DeeZie TV, like I said, we've had some changes. We met some beautiful people. And we got some beautiful people in the chat. Let's be honest. Raven, come on, speak about beautiful. Kamikaze Alex, Meatwrist himself, Floppy Cat, Danger, hello, how you doing? This week, I've been playing a lot of WoW, I won't lie. And that's all we're gonna talk about, I can guarantee you. I've been playing a lot of WoW. I haven't been leveling up, I've been doing other shit. And we'll get into that. Let's WoW chat. We should just rename this WoW chat. The WoW show. The DeeZie WoW show. Listen. So, what did we do this week? I worked. But not only that, we changed some things up. I did actually end up skipping on Monday, but Marvel Monday Madness will be back next Monday. Not only that, but the previous week has really... It's changed some things, man. It's really topped it on its head. It's incredible. With Marvel Mania coming up in December, the main event filling up, and your chance to win $100 cold hard cash and some DeeZie TV merch. What's not to love? Make sure you're there for that one. Not only all of that. On Thursday, we continue our beautiful Pokemon journey. It has been the best. PokeMMO, I'm loving it. I think you guys are loving it. We ain't stopping it. It's my jam right now. We moved into Friday where I actually thought I was going to do some more PokeMMO, but we actually did a horror game. We brought horror to DeeZie TV. Man of Medan. And I won't say any spoilers. Did all of the characters come out alive? You'll just have to watch the YouTube video coming on out, because that's another thing. YouTube is filling up with some videos from DeeZie TV. Can you believe it? That hasn't happened in a long time. Consistency? What? You can expect PokeMMO content, Man of Medan content, Twitch highlights coming out next week as well. What's not to love? Let's switch on over to the desk. Why? Because we've got some news to talk about, and then we're gonna bring out our very special guest. Let's go, chat. One more bit of news, as you might have just noticed on the bottom bar. Now, I won't be taking any calls until the very end of the stream, because we've got a full segment for that. You can ask as many questions as you like in the chat, but feel free to call that number when I do alert you guys to. We're gonna be taking calls, me and Meatwrist. You can ask us any questions you like. You can ask us anything that's within terms of service. Anything you like. It's gonna be fun. But ladies and gentlemen, what a week it's been. Not only all of that from DeeZie motherfucking TV, if you don't already know, I actually work in a phone shop. So I think you know where I'm going with this. Something pretty big happened in the world of phones. iPhone 11. What do you guys think of iPhone 11? What do you guys think of iPhone in general? Are you an iPhone user? Are you an Android user? Are you Huawei, do you love China spying on you? Are you Chinese? All the questions. All the questions. iPhone 11 was announced. And I gotta say, I think you guys know where I stand on this. I'm an Android user. I'm a Samsung rep at my store. I don't work for Samsung. I'm just a Samsung rep. And personally, I've never really been too impressed with Apple devices. But at the very least, I sell them. And I have to talk good about them. I have to give the good word about Apple product. And I usually can. Usually being the key word. I think my Razer knockoff is adequate. Hell yeah, getting that gaming phone in. What's the Razer knockoff? I need to know. I'm the worst demographic for phone chat. Dude, I won't go into the specs too much, but honestly speaking, Raven, for example, being an Apple user, having an iPhone 6S, there is no difference. There is no difference between an iPhone 6S and an iPhone 11. Now, obviously there is a difference. I'm exaggerating, chat. But obviously, what I'm saying is the camera is really the only big difference between the iPhone 11 and the iPhone XS series. And then, what did they go ahead and do after they announced the iPhone 11? They announced that the iPhone 11, yeah, I'm right. It's not up to par. It's behind the times. It's in the amount of time that it took them to produce this phone being overtaken in technology. So they announced the iPhone 11 Pro. Now this phone is smaller than the iPhone 11. And that's about it. Again, why can they not make a good phone? What is this shit? They've made a Super Retina XDR display. Supports HDR10, and it's got Dolby Vision. That's the only notable tech words I can use with my customer base. That's it. 5.8 inch phone on the 11 Pro, and then 6.5, a behemoth of a phone, 6.5 inch on the Pro Max. But when you put them side by side, man, there's no difference. As opposed to the Note series, comparative to the S9, for example, there's a difference. 4 gig of RAM on the S9, I believe, compared to 12 gig of RAM on the Note. The battery, iPhone is saying that it lasts an extra 4 hours. Note lost me about a day and a half. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I want to know you guys, even if you're not really a phone guy or gal, or both or other, I want to know your opinions, because I need to know for my work. Because I really don't get it. As a phone guy myself, even though I don't really talk about specs too much with my customers, because I get it. Nobody really wants to be told all these numbers. Nobody wants to be told all these words that they don't know. What's a Retina? What's a Super Retina XDR? What the fuck is an XDR? Also, Cincy, thank you very much for the follow. How you doing? Welcome to the DeeZie Show. I'll tell you, it's just a good camera. That's all it is. These look so small. You guys told me to be small. I made myself originally in episode 1 a little bit bigger than this. And y'all told me that it looked a little bit unnatural, so I made myself this size. God damn it, Alex. It's a 20-year-old flip phone. Oof. Hell yeah, though. As long as it does the job, as long as it's a phone and it actually makes phone calls, that's all that matters. Personally, for me, my PC is for 2 reasons. My PC is to play WoW and stream. I don't use my PC otherwise. I don't. If I could have WoW on mobile, I probably would do that. Why? Because mobile is my life. I use mobile to watch Netflix, to watch YouTube, to catch up with all my social media. I honestly use it for everything that other devices are normally used for. Why? Because it's all in one. It's cool, it's nice, it's compatible, it's rather compact, not compatible. Anyway, I only have an Apple because they tend to die on me until long after I start thinking about updating or upgrading, so I get to save my monies by keeping it. A professional phone, yes, that is right. The iPhone 11 Pro. Very pro. Too pro. Because it lives longer than my grandfather, so I don't need to update unless I wanna. See, that's another thing. iPhone are not known for living. Honestly, the type of phone that I get in the store most, coming back after a day, after a week, after a month, after a year, damaged, or just died over time, iPhones. So, I don't know. And lately it's been the newer iPhones. Not to slander them at all, but anyway, I digress. I don't want to drag it on too long because I kind of want to just bring that meat into the room and bring our main event on the table, if you know what I mean. But I do want to mention one thing. I won't go into detail why, because I don't really know the facts, to be honest. But PewDiePie versus ADL, have you guys heard about this? Have you guys heard about PewDiePie versus ADL? PewDiePie in the news yet again. Yet again. Saying he'd give 50,000 donation to the ADL, a company that wanted him off YouTube. Because of I don't know how to say the word, Semitism? Is that how I say that? English is hard. I'm your host, DeeZie TV. Look, I don't know too much about it. What I do know is in Thursday's video, PewDiePie actually said that he'd take the time to donate to the right charity, and that's fair. He never actually paid ADL. From what I understand, he never actually sent the money. He just said that he would, because it was a suggestion, and that's fair. But people on Twitter, I've been trying to use Twitter a lot lately. Why? Because it's a great platform to show you guys this beautiful show. And all I'm seeing in the news feed, I don't know about you guys, all I'm seeing is hate on PewDiePie. All I'm seeing is just back and forth. It's a pretty 50-50 split on my news feed. Like, I got some people saying, like, back in PewDiePie, some people back in, not ADL, but just, like, against PewDiePie, but I don't like it, man. I don't want that shit. So I think I'm gonna take some time off Twitter until it blows over, because I don't want to see that in my news feed, man. Bigotry. There it is. I'm here from Twitter. There you go. Can't hear from Twitter. How's your day going, by the way? How are you enjoying your WoW experience? I know that you're into your WoW. Are you playing Classic WoW? Well, speaking about WoW, we're about to be absolutely wowed by the one and only Meatwrist. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Let's get the introduction on the screen. Here we go, chat. And ladies and gentlemen, your special guest of the night, Meatwrist! There he is, baby! Meat!
Yeah!
Ooh. I love it!
How's it going, baby?
It's amazing. Meatwrist, how you doing, dude?
Oh, I'm fantastic.
Hell yeah.
I'm up late. I feel like I'm breaking rules. I feel like an authority figure, a parent's gonna fucking creep in my room. Why are you up? Why are you up still?
Uncle Joe coming on into your room like, he's gonna spank you, dude. He's gonna spank you. I can see you got your rebel look on with those glasses. Hell yeah, dude.
It's just to mask the exhaustion that comes after about 12 hours of playing World of Warcraft.
That's a big true, I gotta say, because man, I've been looking at your channel and all I'm seeing is that beautiful classic WoW. 10 hours straight or more, 18 hours I saw one day.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think the first day that I streamed classic WoW was an 18.5-hour stream.
God damn.
And then the next day was a 12-hour, and the day after that was a 10-hour, and then there was like another 10-hour after that. And I think I've only taken like one day off since classics come out. So
yeah.
You know, it is what it is.
That's amazing though, dude. Oh man, I cannot get, in fact, dude, WoW topic, it's gonna be the entire stream, I guarantee you. Because we'll
talk about it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into it.
What I want to know from you, mate, because you're the second ever guest on the channel and we do have a little bit of a format now. I want to know a little bit about you, man. Like, I know about you, of course. We've known each other for how long? A little bit over 6 months, I want to say. Maybe even longer than that.
Let's do this. I think I can tell right now.
Oh, hell yeah. He's got the information. We've
known each other for 7 months, 6 days, and 59 minutes.
Dude, that's pretty close. That was a good guess.
Because that's honestly that follow age is when Uncle Joe brought me here, and that's when it all started. Baby.
Yeah. Oh man, those were the days. I remember.
These are still the days. There's still the days right now. It's still
the golden days, the meaty days. Oh man.
You goddamn right.
So tell the chat or tell us this beautiful community a little bit about yourself, mate. Like from the beginning, I want to know, like from the birth of Meatwrist. How were you birthed?
I mean, I came out of my mom and I had a weird head. You know, they said it kind of was shaped like a banana. You know, but I guess at some point it corrected itself, and then I ended up looking regular. So
yeah.
So that happened.
Same.
And then I don't know. Then I had a childhood and then grew up, and I don't know. Now I'm just like a weirdo adult that's just trying to, you know, kind of fuck my way through all of this stuff and figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. Yeah, and play a lot of video games while I do it. I mean, let's be real.
I love it. I actually don't know this answer. Where are you actually from?
Born?
Yeah.
I was born in California. I was born in Fullerton, which is like a city right next to like Anaheim. So that's that's where Disneyland is.
I've been to Anaheim, man. That was a good time.
Okay, yeah. So I was born very close to that area. But honestly, I don't really remember much from that area because, I mean, I was born there. And I grew up in like a military family, so we grew up like all over the place. And then I think the first 6 years of my life was like a different state every year, and then we ended up in Florida. So I grew up
I
was like 13, 14 in Florida.
Okay.
And then I moved from Florida here to Arizona, and I've been in like the Phoenix area since like 2002. So,
nice. What do you think? Baby. Where do you prefer? Florida, Arizona, maybe even California?
I mean, I like Arizona a lot because I had very bad asthma in Florida because it's just like really humid and kind of it just screwed with me a little bit. Out here, the drier climate, it works a little bit better for me. I have less issues with that. My allergies are still kind of shitty, but I like it out here. I can deal with the heat. I mean, honestly, the climate here is very similar to some areas in you know on that big island you live on. So it's really fucking hot, and I mean if you can deal with the heat, you know, you're good to go. You gotta have nice scenery out here, though.
For sure.
I like it. Arizona's my thing. I'm into it.
For those that don't know, by the way, the TV that Meatwrist is trapped in, well, he's actually the creator. He's actually the what? Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I got him stuck in there, dude. Just like I got Floppy stuck in there, and you can get him out by subscribing to DeeZie TV. Anyway, so art. Mate, God damn it, mate. How long have you been an artist for? Like, obviously you probably picked up a pen or a pencil like when you were a child, but like, you're an amazing artist, dude. You've done some amazing stuff that I've seen.
I mean, I appreciate that. Thank you. I remember being like 4 years old and like coloring in the lines for the first time. I remember having an epiphany when I learned how to color in the lines on a coloring book. And when I realized that all you have to do is like have your brain tell your hands to control where the freaking tip of the crayon's going.
That's how it works. Fuck.
Some sort of thing happened, and like the information traveled all the way down, and I sort of like conceptualized what the hell I was doing, and I was like, okay, I can do this. And then I don't know, honestly, I've been drawing since I could remember. Scribbling in coloring books. I mean, sitting in school and like drawing all over like assignments in class and stuff when teachers are boring. I mean, honestly, I've been drawing in some capacity my whole life, really. And I don't know. Now I'm an adult. Now I'm like this 30-something-year-old dude that, I don't know, tries to do it on the internet, and that's a whole different world. So I don't know.
But you're doing it digitally now, right?
Yeah, that's kind of newer to me. I started that in January of this year. And before that, really, I mean, everything I did was on paper, or like either that or painted on canvas, but mostly like pencil and pen and ink on paper. So,
right. God damn. I'll just quickly address a couple things in the chat and then we'll continue. Gonna look and grind. Wow, good to see you, Kat. Amazing to see you enjoy your grind and wow. Shan, holy shit, I was just watching last night's stream thinking it was tonight. Shan, how you doing? You can watch last night's stream. You can. That was a fun stream. That was a good little horror stream. But welcome to the actual live stream. How you doing today? And Floppy converting that Twitch Prime sub into that sexy, beautiful tier 1, thinking that he's gonna get out of the TV. He ain't getting out of the TV like that, boy. No way.
Whew. I mean, it's nice in here. It's not too bad, but I mean, I'd like to spread my legs a little bit, stretch my body out.
We'll make the TV a little bigger for you eventually. But look, you mentioned that you've been doing all this on stream, right? You've been doing all your art stuff. You've been doing a lot of WoW stuff lately. What got you into streaming?
Honestly, I mean, I've been streaming. So, all right. I've always gamed, since I was I think like 13 years old. Our family got our first PC, and ever since then, I started on Doom and Duke Nukem.
Hell yeah, Duke Nukem. Oh
yeah, I mean, those were like my first real game. I mean, aside from that, it was like Command and Conquer, Red Alert, and then I got into the original Warcraft, and then the second Warcraft. But really, I mean, I started PC gaming pretty young, and I mean, honestly, I should have been streaming a long time ago, to be honest. But no, I started streaming in 2018. I want to say May of 2018 or something. And at that time, I was working at an IT job. It was just sort of like this side thing that I was doing just to kind of show my friends my point of view, I guess, if we were playing video games together. And it was just an easy way for me to kind of play WoW, or I think at the time we were playing Sea of Thieves and stuff. And it was really just a means for me to just show my friends where I was in the world, or something. So I didn't have to hey, if you just do this, and no, just look at my screen I'm streaming right now. You can just see where I'm at. So it started like that, and the IT job progressed, and Sea of Thieves kind of was my little break from all the work that I was doing with that IT job, building data centers and stuff. And eventually enough people popped into my stream while I was just kind of live without a cam for a while, and then eventually a crappy cam. This was all for fun. I got an affiliate from just sitting around screwing around, and
that's awesome.
I was like, cool. That was cool. I was like, oh yeah, affiliate, dude. All right. And then I started traveling for work, and I stopped streaming altogether because of work for a year. And almost about a year, and then I don't know, at the beginning of this year, I guess it was only about 8 months or something. at the beginning of this year, basically, I said, screw it, we're going all in. The IT job fizzled out because there was a buyout. One company gobbled up another, and then they were basically like, well, you guys don't really fit with our bottom line. So, it's startup culture in the IT industry. I mean, it's kind of rampant with that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You start with a startup, and then a startup, positions itself to get, purchased, and the owners of that startup, they get their payday, but the people who actually worked for the company and built it up, who knows what happens. And
for sure.
So we got laid off, our whole department, and I said, well, instead of going back into work, like, I have this house that I'm gonna sell. I was already thinking about selling it, and I had some money saved up, so I said, I can pay the bills for a while. Like, let's try to do some stuff that, like, I actually enjoy and get some fulfillment out of. And it was also a means for me to get into, like, building out maybe like a graphic design portfolio, which I've now sort of started to flesh out live on stream.
Yes.
So this was really all just like a means for me to, like, maybe at some point get my foot in the door as maybe an illustrator, or start taking enough freelance work to pay the bills, maybe combined with, like, some other hustles. I could maybe not have to go back to a 9-to-5. I don't know. So and now, I mean, at this point, I've met so many people through Twitch, you included, Uncle Joe included. I mean, dude, like, we basically, like, through Uncle Joe, like, kind of started this whole, like, network of people that are kind of doing very similar things at different capacities, different levels, and, like,
it's almost
Uncle
like it's
Joe,
a Nephew Network.
Well, you could say that. One could say that. And two human beings moved across the country, to come, live out here and, continue doing this. So now I happen to live with two people that kind of, I mean, the one of which is obviously Uncle Joe. And
that's insane, man. That's so cool. You live with the uncle. You live with the uncle. Does he touch you?
I mean, from time to time.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, yeah. He touches my heart. But we're not talking about Uncle Joe today. We're talking about you. I want to go back for a second, just quickly before we do touch into the uncle subject. Back to the art, because you mentioned that you kind of do your commissions, like that is your work now, right? Because you not only do all that, but, like, I know you do so much work for so many other streamers, including who's the guy that you did work for GTA?
Official Taco.
That's it. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah. Like, you've been doing some dope work. Not only this TV here, but, like, goddamn, the Official Taco work that I saw was dope. That was really nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really, to be honest with you, once I started streaming myself, when I started watching Twitch, I mean, I only really watched a few people. You find out about Dr. Disrespect and Shroud, and, like, outside of that, you start finding out about some of the bigger names, and whatever. I watched a few people, but, like, when I started streaming myself, I started really getting into, like, the smaller communities and stuff like that. And then I found out about, like, GTA RP and all that stuff, and I became immediately a big fan of that because, dude, I've been playing GTA for years. Let's be real. Yeah. And, dude, the commissions that I've gotten, I'd say about half of them are just because I'm, like, already a fan of the content and have, like, over the last year of my life sort of dove in head first to just, like, being involved with, like, all these other small communities, or in some cases not small communities, and I've just expressed interest to, like, want to help, like, create stuff for these people that maybe don't have some of the things that they might need for a fleshed out stream, like graphic assets and animation, illustration, whatever. If I can step in and, like, help, I'm like, yo, I'm already watching your stuff, I'm already, like, enjoying your content. Like, if I can help somehow, like, let's work together. Hell yeah, that'd be super dope. And so I'd say, I mean, a lot of my work is commission. I mean, all my work right now is commission. But right now, I'm just sort of catching up because I just, got to moving and got in the house. So, honestly, tomorrow, it's gonna be our first, like, big, like, official, like, okay, I'm doing an art stream tomorrow, you know? Well, and I say tomorrow, I mean, that's actually today. Like right now it's 5 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So when we're done today, I'll go to sleep, and then I'll probably wake up at like noon or 1 or something.
Yeah.
And sometime in the afternoon I'll go live, and I'll basically just sit around drawing, you know, for several hours, and that'll be the first art stream since I've, you know, got moved in with Uncle and gotten started, since WoW released, you know. And, and to be real, I know tomorrow when I'm drawing, I'm gonna be itching to fucking level, like, you know, but like,
oh my god, the amount of times that WoW has put me off doing Twitch highlights for my channel, I swear to God. That's why it's so late, by the way, guys. I'm sorry, you can blame WoW. I'm fucking addicted.
it's a game.
Oh man, Raz and Run Gun, by the way, hello. Yes, it is actually a real number, but we are taking calls at the end section where we're taking questions from the chat. So if you do want to call on in, feel free at the end. But I think we got to talk about WoW, man. Speaking about itching, I'm itching to hear about it, cause dude. So I want to ask a few questions before we get into classic WoW, because I know that you've been playing since vanilla, right?
Oh yeah, baby, since 2004.
And you typically roll Horde.
Yeah, I've been playing Horde since 2004.
Ugh.
You know? Think
For
about
the
that.
Alliance, ladies and gentlemen. For the Alliance.
I've played every Horde race.
God
and I
damn.
love them all. They're all beautiful.
Besides classic WoW, have you ever played Alliance before?
I actually did play Alliance for a little while with my friend Miss Jackson. Actually, Twitch name is Chicken Chips. He's gonna be streaming soon. We're in this little guild named Indestructible Alliance Kel'Thuzad. You might know a guy in the guild, Asmongold. I don't know. Like, he was in the guild for a while. You might know him. I don't know.
Oh, he's in my guild, so.
Yeah. My friend, a few of my friends were in Asmongold's guild on Kel'Thuzad. I think it was during Wrath. It was like, I think it was Kata. Kata had just launched, and I think we were like, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's faction transfer. Let's just do it. You know, let's just try it. We did it. We went over to Indestructible. We cleared some content with them. It was fun. Went back to Horde. We said this was cool, but you know what? This is not us. This is too soft over here. These guys are too soft.
God damn.
Let's skedaddle back to Orgrimmar and get back to what we're used to. You know, where the action's hot.
I just couldn't get into Horde, man. Like, for one thing, all my IRL friends that play WoW, they're all Alliance. So I started off in vanilla as a dwarven rogue, which is actually why I went rogue in classic WoW. Typically I main hunter, but honestly speaking, I just wanted to go back and test the waters of rogue again. You know, the two bitchy classes. But anyway, dude, I dabbled in a little bit of Horde towards the end of Legion. That's how late I came to the Horde business. And by then, I think, I don't know, there was just something about the game in general. Although I liked Legion, towards the end of Legion when I started playing, it just wasn't enough for me to continue going into the Horde business, and I couldn't even get max level. Like, it was just, I didn't get Orgrimmar, I didn't get the Horde side, I didn't get the PvP. It just felt wrong.
You never did it. That tells me you never did it. You never bought in. And unfortunately, you know, that's I can't help you with that. I can't help you with that. But,
well, you've been playing for a long time, yeah? So, what do you like about classic WoW?
Whew. I mean, that's a loaded question that you just aimed at me.
So many possibilities, honestly. We could go into detail.
I mean, let's be real here. There's a lot of fucking things that really strike me with WoW. And classic WoW is this little, like, enigma of a game because there's so many issues with it. There's so many problems with it. But like, now that we've gone so far down the retail road, like, you look back and you're like, I don't care about those stupid things. I don't care about those little things that, like, you know, maybe made me scream at my computer when I was, you know, 19 years old or something, you know. So at any rate, I like the fact that there's weight to the leveling process.
Yes.
The leveling process actually means something. It's not gonna hold your hand. It's not going to make it easy on you, and that in and of itself makes it, you know, if you can get to 60, it's like, oh, you fucking acted, you actually got to 60, dude.
Yeah, man.
Oh shit, that guy got to 60. You know, like it's a, you know, that's cool. Like you're proud of that shit because, dude, this is a real grind. And a lot of people give up because they're just like, this is too much. I can't put time into this. This is why would I do this? This is nuts. I'm not a crazy person. But I am, and I love it. And I think getting to 60 is really fucking cool. And then, I mean, oh gosh. I mean, okay. So the leveling process.
What level are you at the moment, by the way, before you tell us the process?
Well, right now I'm level 48. I'm halfway to 49.
God damn, dude. That's good.
Now I'm being slow because I'm running a guild right now for the nephews. And essentially I'm trying to balance these two different missions of, like, you know, one, making sure that, you know, I'm blasting ass to the top and able to, you know, make myself as strong as possible, so that I can, you know, trickle down a little bit of, you know, run some dungeons, do whatever, you know, help the homies out. Like, I gotta be higher level so I can actually provide assistance
for sure
to different, you know, levels of people, you know, progressing through the game. Then there's this other thing I gotta balance, which is making sure that, like, everyone is having fun, because, like, I don't want people, like, not enjoy the game. I want to make sure everyone's kind of understanding it, whatever. So there's been a lot of, like, me leveling really hard on one end, but then also me dialing, you know, that back and hitting up individual people, like, do you need anything? Is everything okay? Like, can I go run a dungeon with you? Is there something that, like, you need, an item you need? Is anybody trying to mess with you in a contested zone? Like, don't feel like you can't hit me up if I'm running a dungeon or something. Like, I'll finish it up and come help you with whatever you need help with. So that's been, you know, that takes a little bit out of the leveling process. I'd probably be 55, somewhere in between 55 and 60 right now.
Yeah.
My friend Mark just hit 60 tonight, like a few hours ago. So
that's awesome.
I feel like I'd be probably right behind him. But no, we're getting this nephew guild going. We're making sure that it's getting done right, and I'm trying to make sure that people actually level all the way, because at the end of the day, even though there's all this weight to the leveling process, in my eyes, the game still doesn't begin until you're max level.
For sure.
Let's be real here. Okay. So, essentially, we're getting there. Yep. We're moving. We're at a medium-high pace. A medium fast.
That's awesome, though. I wish I was on that server, man. I cannot wait to server swap when it does become available. And I was even heavily considering, although I think I won't do it, I was heavily considering re-rolling on that server, because I wish I was a part of a guild that was like that. Like, I think I told you, I'm in Olympus, I'm in Asmongold's guild. They're very helpful, sure, but I feel like there's that small community bond that goes on with the Nephew Network, especially. Like, I can talk to Sad Boy Kenny if I wanted to, and hit him up in WoW whenever I like, and do a dungeon with him. I can do Scarlet Monastery with him if I'm around that level, if he's around my level.
100%.
I don't know. I actually got a bit of a game for you, dude, because you seem to know a little bit of your WoW. So allow me but one moment. You have the floor until I get to this game. And chat, this is a game that you can play along with too, although I think only Ice Halo will probably be the one playing. Give me 1 second.
Ice Halo. Ice Halo is a WoW player, is that right? Interesting. So here you've known DeeZie for quite some time. Is it true what they say? Is this hog really that big?
Massive. Ginormous. Gigantic, chat. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen. Get fucked, Ice Halo.
Poquito.
Have you ever seen this, dude?
That is, hold on, let me full screen. No! Wow, they have a World of Warcraft version of Trivial Pursuit.
Hell yeah, they do. Hosted radio, by the way. Thank you very much for the host. They have a WoW version of Trivial Pursuit. And obviously we can't play the entire game, but a good pastime of myself in Ice Halos is going to the city, playing pool, and all the while taking out this deck of cards and just asking a bunch of questions and just seeing what the other person knows and what the other person doesn't know. All WoW based. There's some lore, there's some dungeons, there's some... Dude, there's everything. Although,
all right,
I will say, it is a little bit outdated. There are some questions that are currently wrong in this, so I'll try not to ask too many of those. But
okay.
Let's go through a couple of these cards. I think this will be fun. So, are you ready, Meatwrist?
I'm in. Oh, I'm in, 100%.
Hell yeah. So, what would you like first? Would you like a lore question? Would you like a question about a dungeon or a raid? Or maybe a loot item?
Let's go dungeon or raid.
Okay. Let's see here. What do I have? I gotta find a fucking card. Okay, well, I'll give you the easiest one that I can see here. What game feature allows players to queue for entry into dungeons with other random players?
I mean, looking for whatever. What do they call it? Looking for dungeon? The matchmaking system? I hate it.
Looking for dungeon?
Is it just looking for dungeon? Is that what they call it? Like
looking for dungeon?
What do they call it? Is there a name for it? Is there a specific name?
There is a specific name. Ice Halo, I don't...
looking for... I mean, it's either looking for dungeon or looking for group or looking for raid. Oh, it's LFR.
That's what Ice Halo said, LFG, but that's actually not what's on the card. Although it is...
I just do... So, all right, tell you, in retail, I just do Mythic Plus. So I'm still forming groups, like, kind of manually, and we have, a lot of the same people that we run with, so... Okay, it's gotta be... Okay, Ice Halo, it's looking for group.
No, it's actually not. It's a...
Dungeon Finder!
Yes, there it is.
Wow!
There it is.
Is that the name? Alright, okay, so I get that wrong, dude. Alright, whatever. I don't use...
Strike on Meatwrist. I'm gonna ask you I think I'm gonna give you a question about a mob. Have you ever encountered Gron before, Meatwrist?
Grun or Gron?
Gron. Sorry, that must be my accent there.
Gron. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like some sort of ogre type of guy. Yeah.
How many eyes does a Gron have?
Probably one, right? A Cyclops.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, yeah, baby!
He got it. He's redeemed himself.
All right.
We got 4 more questions on this card, and then we can decide if we want to keep going or not. But I'll ask you the next one. It's what fresh and preserved consumable will temporarily change your mount's appearance to a reindeer?
Preserved holly. Boom.
Yes.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. Ice Halo didn't get that one.
Save those.
Let's go. Who is the brother of Varrock Sarfang and the only orc to fight in the War of the Ancients? I love this character, by the way, even though he's a filthy orc.
I mean...
I can give you a hint if you like.
Well, I mean, he's the fucking other Sarfang. He's the dude.
he's the other Sarfang.
He's the fucking dude, man. Like, wait.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'll give you a hint. In the lore, he's the only character to actually damage Sargeras before Illidan and all of those guys actually encase him and imprison him.
I'm gonna concede.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to sound stupid, so I concede on that one. But
it's not Thrall.
No, I know that Sarfang is there's the fucking dude that they're displaying a lot like this XPFA expansion. It's like that's the dude, right? Like that's the dude.
It's Broxigar.
Oh, it's Broxigar, so that's the older one.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So the one that is in BFA must be like the son or a grandson of him or something, right?
I think they are brothers, if I'm not mistaken. But Broxigar got sent back in time for some reason to go back to the War of the Ancients. It's all complicated. Time travel in WoW. Anyway.
Oh my god. Okay, that's a whole different story. That's not what makes WoW great, guys.
Yeah,
the
that's
gameplay.
true. That's true.
There's some good lore.
I love the lore, dude. That's why I love these cards. But the second it goes into time travel, that's where it just gets so confusing, and you really need a novel video to be able to explain it. Honestly. All right. Second last question. What attribute does the Master of Anatomy skill granted by the skinning profession increase?
Critical strike.
Yes.
Straight out Wrath of the Lich King.
Straight out the barrels, bang bang. Omi, how you doing, dude? Welcome to the DeeZie Show. And final question on the card. I think this is a nice one to leave it on. The continents of Eastern Kingdom, Kalimdor, Pandaria, and Northrend are located on which world?
It's not just a world, it's a living being. It's Azeroth, my dude.
There you go.
Please, baby. That's the world we live in every day. That's the world I know.
The world of Warcraft, truly. Meatwrist, thank you so much for playing, and I'm sure that we can play it again sometime. Unless you want to keep playing, I'm so down. But, dude, I love this WoW talk so much, but I don't know if the chat is. So let's move on to something else. Like, let's do a hot fire round of answers, because I do have some questions written down, and I haven't even gotten through like a quarter of them. So let's go with a quick fire round. What level are you in? What? No, I already asked that. You're level 48. What are you? Why are you called Meatwrist?
Why am I called Meatwrist? Well. It's funny you ask. Let me take you back.
Ooh, take me back.
Let me take you back to a year. I don't remember what year it was, but I was 22 years old, and for some reason I still skateboarded a lot, and I broke an arm. All right, let's just cut to the chase. I broke an arm. I broke one arm. Okay, it wasn't that bad. To be honest, it wasn't that bad. I got a cast, and it went up. Wait, not that arm. They went up to about here, here to here, and I was like, oh, that's not that bad, dude. It's like a pad. So let's keep skating. Let's keep going. Let's go back to the fucking park, all right? Let's keep ripping and dipping. And so I kept ripping and dipping like I normally do. Yep. And one day, I want to say probably 3 weeks later after the first arm broke, and I had the cast on and everything, I'm at the park, cruising around, skating fast as hell like I usually do. And there was a rock, and I don't know if any of you guys have ever skateboarded before, but rocks on flat ground or like little objects and skateboards don't usually like work well together. Yeah, I gather that. So I basically, the board that I was riding basically stopped and I didn't, and the first thing that hit the ground was the other hand of the arm that did not break, okay, because I was overcompensating for the one that was broken. I didn't want to land on it, didn't want to hurt it, so I flailed my body funky, landed on this one, and this was also on a wall of transition, so like there was like a quarter pipe that I was carving around at the time. I fall it was only about like 4 feet up in the air, but the first thing that hit the ground was this hand, and it snapped this way. My wrist broke this way, and the bone from my wrist went this way and shot out of my wrist. So I was wearing a watch at the time, so the watch actually kind of held everything together, but my arm was just flopped over like that, and my bone was hanging out. And there was some blood squirted in, some weird stuff happened. I was in shock. I got up and I kind of like looked at it and I was like, wow. And I started laughing because I was literally in shock. I didn't know what to do. So might as well laugh. Basically, yeah. I had a friend at the park. He drove my car and me to the hospital. very, very fast. And I got there. They shot me up with some morphine, and I woke up, and they had already done surgery. Basically, I ended up getting a skin graft from my butt, meshed and stretched over the hole that was created in my wrist from the bone. And then I got a titanium plate that is holding this bone together. It's still attached to this bone right here. I think your ulna and the radius are the wrist bones, and one of them has a metal plate still attached, and I got my butt on my wrist. But for a while, dude, the wrist was looking nasty. It looked like basically just hamburger meat. And there you go, a meat wrist. And
so, why aren't you called butt wrist?
Because honestly, I think even back then, I kind of thought about branding, and I thought butt wrist probably wouldn't be a thing.
But it's accurate though.
Thing. Yeah, so
I would subscribe to butt wrist, to be honest.
I don't know. Yeah, I probably would too. But at the same time, it's like, who knows? Maybe I want to, do a kid show at some point, and I don't know, dude.
Hey kids, it's butt wrist.
I draw fucking cartoons and shit. So who knows?
No.
I don't want to ruin my chances of potential opportunity.
Yeah.
So I thought about it back then, and look at now I'm actually using the name that I made, and it works.
I think it's a wise decision you made, and also that was the quickest answer I've ever heard in a quick fire round. Let's get in. To be fair, that is an answer that does need that depth. Let's start the quick fire round from here. I'll start with the very vain one. What's your favorite memory of me?
Oh, honestly, it's your thrusting, dude. Honestly, it's the thrusting.
There it is.
It's the first time I saw your physical thrusts in the digital space, and this was literally 7 months, however many days, and 59. I guess probably it's now
59 minutes.
I mean, it was that combined with the energy. The first time that I popped into the stream, to be honest.
Hell yeah.
I mean, me and Joe sat around thrashing that night, and I remember we were drinking some White Claws. We were a little bit loaded up, so there was a lot of energy that we were already bringing. And you matched it that night, so it was good. It was a good time, and I think that is probably the most fond memory. And that's not very quick fire either, but who cares? I don't.
Dude, take your time with these questions, man, because I'm loving it. That is, I remember the day that happened because I'd been watching Uncle Joe for a little while, and I remember going into a call with you. I don't know if it was on that day or if it was the day after, but you were talking to me about how funny it was and how much fun you guys were having, and it made me smile to hear that. So thank you.
It was a good time.
What did you have for dinner last night, mate? What did I have for dinner last night?
I had a Freshetta brick oven pizza, and the toppings were spinach, garlic, and mushroom, and it was a white pie, so it did not have tomato sauce.
Wow.
It was a pretty good pizza, and I ate it actually throughout the day while I drank energy drinks and played World of Warcraft.
That sounds fucking amazing, to be honest. I could totally go for pizza.
I barely ate yesterday, honestly. I ate the pizza, and that was probably about it,
Are you a very big eater at all, or you just kind of just go through your day?
I usually am, but you know what? World of Warcraft is changing it. I'm starting to slow down because I'm not moving from my chair.
Yeah.
And I'm pounding energy drinks and water, and everything's just flushing through my system.
I am the unfortunate opposite of that, because when I'm sitting down, I eat. When I'm on the go, for some reason, I just don't eat. It's so weird.
I usually do eat, I usually am a monster, when I'm sitting here, but I don't know something about WoW, especially vanilla, because Like when you're in a dungeon, you don't have the freedom of being able to just leave and like queue into a new dungeon. Like, no, you gotta wait to eat, dude. And if you're doing AoE cleave runs in Zul'Farrak that are chaining one after another, yeah, you're not going anywhere for a few hours. Bucko.
God damn. You're a bit of a a handsome man, some would say.
Wow.
I've heard this is not coming from me. I might be going a little bit red. What is the best or worst pickup line you've ever heard?
Oh my god, pickup line from me? I mean, I'm pretty sure that I've been at a bar inebriated with other people that are of the same mind state, and I've probably had someone do a whole pickup line at me. But I don't remember that shit. Oh my god. Yeah. That's because it's probably happened like once or twice, and it was probably from someone that was out of their mind drunk, because that doesn't happen really. Women don't just come up to dudes and do pickup lines. However, I did used to play in a band, and New Year's Eve we played a show out in the middle of the cold at this big outdoor compound in Tempe, Arizona, and we played a song at midnight, and I remember some girl got up on stage and just made out with me, dude, and that was pretty tight. That wasn't a pickup line, but I mean that's the closest I think that like I could even think about. I didn't have a choice in the matter. She jumped up there and just started smashing her face against mine. It worked out. She didn't look
happens
too bad. You know, she didn't look so bad, and it was cool. And then we went our separate ways, and I never saw her again. And I was like, okay, well,
yeah, man.
Hopefully she brushes her teeth and doesn't have any sort of stuff going on, and we're good to go. It's a good time.
Thank you for answering Tom's question. Let's go with a. And I'm reading my list. Professional streamer, by the way. What is on that topic? What does love look like to you? Does it look like Uncle Joe, perhaps? Does it look like a coffee mug?
What's it look like? What does love look like?
Like the embodiment of love. Like, what if you could draw it? Considering you're such an amazing artist, what would you draw?
If I could, dude, that's a tough one, baby. For me, because I'm so fucking independent, and it's hard for me to like conceptualize that type of shit. Mm-hmm. I think love is fucking, I don't know, being okay, being independent with someone else. How do you describe what that even looks like, dude? I don't know. Maybe it's just me sitting here playing WoW.
Yeah.
Love is World of Warcraft.
That is love. World of Warcraft is love.
Love is the ability to sit here and fucking do something like the things that I'm doing, and have that person still be chill with you. Like to think that you're still all right, dude. I don't know what that looks like though. I mean, does that look like a monster that has weird arms coming out of it? And like I don't fucking know. Like, is it a big glowing orb that like emits? I don't fucking know what it looks like. Okay. I just know what it sounds like to me.
Well, I kind of imagine it like the current living situation that you've got there, where you're living with your boy Jared and your uncle. What is it like living with Jared and Uncle? I actually don't know who Jared is myself. I've never met Jared.
So Jared is Uncle Joe's personal friend from the outside of Chicago area of DeKalb. That's the town.
Yeah.
They've known each other for a while, and Jared just happened to, around the same time that Joe and I were working out the logistics of, him coming out here, Jared, I think, was looking for a change of scenery as well, and they worked it out, and we all discussed it, and they decided to move out together. So, and Jared actually was featured on a few Uncle Joe streams. Uncle Joe went to the Anime Expo, like a few different expos, a few different events, and Jared actually helped him with interviews and stuff. So he's been on stream. You may have already seen him.
Yeah.
And not only that, he's also a comedian himself. They do open mics a lot, he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm glad that you're liking your living arrangements, man. It sounds like it'd be amazing. Like, it sounds like a genuine streamer house setup that you've got as well. Like, with the background that you got going on. I've seen your setup as well when you're live. It looks amazing, dude.
Yeah, it's not so bad. The house is not so bad. We took as much time as we could.
Yeah.
Because we had to kind of move quick because these guys were like, fuck it, we're coming out, dude.
Yeah.
Like, find a fucking place because we're gonna be there. Like, we're getting in these vehicles and you better like find a place. So I'm like, all right, okay. So we worked as quick as we could, but within that time, we found a pretty nice house. We found probably one of the best houses that we could have found with the time that we had and for like the price point that we wanted. So yeah, I mean, we're doing it, man. And this house is nice. We have plenty of space. There's different chambers all over the house for us to be. I can be shouting in my room, and I mean, if I shout loud enough, yeah, they'll hear me if I shout loud enough. But
yeah.
for the most part, I can fucking thrash around in this room, and we're good. And just the same on his end. I mean, he's got a whole room dedicated to his stream. I mean, it's huge, and I mean, we're only expanding on it right now. I mean, it's already. I don't know. I feel like I want to show you a pic because it's a sight to behold. I mean, it's definitely a step up from the basement setup that he had back in his old place. So
I've seen his stream a couple times since he's moved, and he looks like he's enjoying the space as well, which is awesome.
It's just wide open. It's huge.
Yeah. No, that's what you need, man. Because like,
well, it's what he needs. He needs
for
that.
sure.
He needs to be able to fucking
He needs the walls to be painted green and just run up and down the fucking room for sure. Like
it's almost like that.
Me doing the thrust, like this is barely enough room, and it's not even like a meter square that I'm situated in. I'm very jealous of that. But speaking of Twitch, are you going to be going to TwitchCon?
Oh yeah, baby. That's coming soon too.
So I've heard.
Guys. So soon that there are days that are already sold out, guys. So if you slept on the TwitchCon tickets, guys, I think you can only buy tickets for like Thursday and Sunday now. So
shit.
You kind of slept on it a little too long there, guys. But no, we're gonna go. I was booked the day they announced it. I'm gonna be there. I fly in Friday afternoon. I'm gonna be there all day Saturday, and then I leave like Sunday afternoon, some shit like that, like 3 p.m. or something Sunday. So I really didn't want to stay for like the full thing.
Yeah.
Because I know how I am with these cons. Like I enjoy them, but I also don't want to oversaturate myself and be there too long and drive myself crazy and feel like I want to just get home. So I figured it would be better if I gave myself less time and made it to where I have to cram a bunch of stuff in, and I like it that way because then everything's a little bit crazier. I have a little bit more of an excuse to kind of be a little bit more whimsical and just kind of show up, leave, do what I want, because I'm like, look, I'm only here for this much time. I'm gonna go do my thing. I'm flying out by myself. I've got my own hotel room, so this is just me, baby. Like, I can control and dictate every aspect of this TwitchCon experience, and I'm excited for that.
That's so cool.
Well, it's thank God I traveled for my job, because I just have a ton of frequent flyer miles saved up, or else I would definitely be shacking up with somebody and doing this a little bit more economical. So
I really wish I could go, man. Like, far out. TwitchCon that's the goal, actually. I don't know if you knew, but besides the Japan goal that's at the end of this year, TwitchCon is the next one, TwitchCon 2020. So hopefully we can make that, and hopefully we can make some sort of nephew arrangement, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, I think that something can be worked out. Definitely.
Hopefully.
We'll have to keep that conversation going.
I do want to open up the board to the chat, by the way. Chat, we're going to start taking some questions, and I'll keep asking. We'll just keep mingling. We'll just keep it chill. But feel free to ask any questions that you like, and then after a few, I'll start reading them all out, and we'll get Meatwrist. We'll start probing Meatwrist. And you know what? I'm opening the calls. If you have a call, if you want to call go ahead and call that number down below and ask your question to DeeZie and Meatwrist. Now, let's go. So, let's continue with the quickfire round, yeah? So, I think the last thing that I asked you was, what does love look like to you? What makes you angry on the other side?
Oh my God. That's a big list, man. I'm a very picky boy. So I grew up in a military household, and I'm like, because of that, like, very like clean, like for the most part. Like I'm like, I was kind of beaten into me at a young age. So for me, like, I have to like always be like, everything has to be neat, organized for the most part. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still like a child in an adult's body, and like I still have things that like I slack on, but like for the most part, I'm usually very neat, very organized, and like I feel like my shit, like it's always it's honestly just messy, like messiness, like really,
yeah,
just whew. People that fucking clap at the end of flights and movie theaters, like movies. Like, are you fucking kidding me with that shit?
I was
Those
hoping you would say
things?
that. I fucking
my
hate
God.
that too. The movie thing. Oh.
Can we add slow walkers to that list somewhere, please?
This is gonna go all night, chat. This is gonna go all night. Oh, man.
So those are things in that bucket. I just honestly like be clean. You know, be you know, pick up after yourself. Don't litter. Don't be a scumbag out in, you know, the world. We're all, you know, shitting all over this planet. So just try to fucking pick up after yourself. And like, you know, inside or outside, live your life, but just try to, you know, leave a place in a better state than it was when you got there. When people don't do that, I get pissed. And then when people are shitty to each other for no reason, obviously that gets me mad too. There's a lot of things on this list, dude. We can really get into like some social contract shit, some real serious social contract shit where, like, I mean, we're breaking down how people interact on an everyday basis and what's the proper etiquette for this, because dude, all of those types of things trigger me. Like internally, I like have these like little like societal like, oh, this guy's, why are you doing this, dude? And I have these internal struggles daily, dude. Like whether it's traffic, whether it's like standing in line at a gas station and I'm watching people like, you know, I don't even want, we can get into this, dude. Have you ever watched, I mean, it's like, I feel like Larry David sometimes from Curb. Yeah. Like, but I try to internalize it more. I don't want to shit all that out on other people and bombard them with my BS, but you know, there are other people out there like me. We get each other.
I think I'm one of those people, honestly, dude. So I get you, man. I get you. The triggering is real. I'm shook half the time. I'm constantly shaking, perpetually shaking. Anyway, let's take a question from the chat. Raven says, "How do you feel about horror games, Meatwrist?"
At my entire horror game history here. I played a little bit of Resident Evil when I was younger, and then what other horror game? I mean, honestly, I played Dead by Daylight. I think is the most recent horror game that I've played, and I was bad at it. I was not good.
Same.
That made me hate it.
Same.
Not being good at something makes me not like it until I'm good at it.
Another thing you get angry at. Another one for the list.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, I like being scared. I like being spooked.
Yeah.
I like the feeling of being spooked. Like I like that, but the game didn't do it to me. Those games don't really do it because like it's like I'm expecting it. Like, oh, there's a fucking monster out to get me, and it's more of like, oh, I gotta be good at this game and get away from them. It's not a spooky thing.
You know what I think it is for Dead by Daylight is it's multiplayer. And for some reason, even though it's something that you shouldn't be able to predict as much, I feel like it is a little bit more predictable with Dead by Daylight because you know exactly what's going to happen because you know what the, for lack of a better term, min-maxing is. You know exactly what they're going to do. So for me, that's why I didn't like Dead by Daylight. But I played a game last night, Men of Medan. Have you heard of it? Have you played it?
What is it?
Men of Medan? Or Man of Medan or something?
Man of Medan. No, kind of. Is it like, what are we talking? Is this like AAA title? Is this like an indie game? Is this like?
It's made by the guys who did Until Dawn. So it's like it's basically like a almost Telltale type of series. It's not a game. It's just like a movie, but you're just pressing buttons every now and then just to like keep characters alive.
Quick time events?
Yeah, that's it. I've never played one of those games before on stream, and I've definitely stayed away from horror because I'm not a horror guy myself, but...
Do you not like being spooked? Is the spook thing?
Well, that's the thing, I don't like being spooked, but at the same time, I don't really get spooked. Like... I'm fucking shaking, dude. I'm shaking.
I just want to try that.
Wow.
I just wanted to see.
Oh my god. Alright, let's take another question from the chat. What's your favorite sport, dude?
Favorite sport is basketball. I watch the NBA very religiously. I'm a big fan of the NBA. A fan of the local team I have out here, the Phoenix Suns. And I'm a fan of some other teams that are out there, some other individual players, things of that nature. But yeah, no, I'm a big basketball fan.
Hell yeah.
And I would say close second is hockey. Hockey is the second.
Hockey is really cool. I love watching hockey. I got into that after... So I'm a big wrestling fan, and one of my favorite wrestlers is CM Punk. And he's a massive, massive hockey fan, and I got into hockey because of him. And dude, that shit is so good to watch. By the way, that was... hell yeah, so fast paced. That was from Ninja Steffo. By the way, Steffo, how you doing? I did not say hello. How rude of me. And Chase, what's up? Space Ghost Coast to Coast. It's kind of the inspiration, I won't lie. It's kind of the inspiration. How you doing, Chase? We are taking calls. Just a quick reminder to the chat. We got Meatwrist in the TV, the DeeZie TV. That meaty boy. Go ahead and ask us some questions in the chat, and if you're brave enough, be our first caller. We're taking calls, the number down below. Call us now! What else do we have? We got what's your favorite game apart from the games you stream? Razan Rungun asks.
Ooh, apart from the games that I stream. Oh man. Marbles. I like marbles. Is that a game though? I mean, it's a game. It's a game, right?
To me, that's a game.
It's also like a lifestyle, like a competition. It's like a blood sport, you know? Like,
yeah.
Marbles is something. It's an enigma. I don't want to put
Marbles is brilliant.
I don't want to put it in any one box, but I do. I've never streamed it. I've never streamed it at all. But I love watching it. I love playing my own role in it as a chat member. But I mean, I just come and hang out and watch people rolling marbles, and I won't even participate. Like, it just depends on who's like DeeZie. I'm not trying to fluff you up here, but like, you're pretty entertaining to watch. Run the marbles thing. So sometimes at late, it'd be really late. Oh, I guess early in the morning for me, and I'd be getting ready for bed. I'm like, just throw marbles on, and I'm not gonna be involved because I'm gonna just be laying in bed over here. But I'm gonna fucking watch who's fucking slitting each other's throat out on the track. So I like marbles.
Okay.
I know there's other games, but like marbles just really sticks out.
Marbles is brilliant, and I take such offense to that. But anyway, look, let's get to the next question. That's another one from my list. No, that we already asked that question. Do you have a strange food combo that you love that others don't quite understand? I will give my answer to this because I think you'll love it. Mustard and peanut butter sandwich.
Wow, that's a combo.
Yeah, it actually does taste pretty good. But what about you, dude?
All right. I'm thinking. Let me think here. Weird shit.
Meat and wrist.
What kind of weird shit do I eat? There's got to be some weird shit. I mean, the things that I think are weird, probably other people are like, yeah, that's probably not that weird.
What, like pickles? I like pickles.
No, I like peanut butter and banana, but that's not even that weird. Like peanut butter and banana sandwiches. That's like not even that weird.
That's really not weird.
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, do I have a weird food combo? This is very hard for me. I'm very adventurous. I don't have crazy food combos, but I mean, I eat weird shit. You know, I'll go out to a sushi place and try everything on the menu. Like, but I can't. I like to eat nice foods. I like to eat bougie foods, good cuisine. I also eat like a trash can. Not weird food combos, but egregious food combos. I will order way too much from a fast food place and eat it all, and not feel bad about it in the slightest.
I will interrupt you here because we actually have a caller. I'm going to answer the phone here and take our first call on DeeZie TV presenting DeeZie Show. Let's go.
Wow.
And 1 second. And hello, you are on the air. Your name and your question, please. Caller, hello?
Can I have some quarter pounder burger?
Wow.
Can I have some quarter pounder burger?
Is that all you'd like? I mean, you want the combo?
And a sundae, please.
No fries? Would you like fries with that?
Yeah, is this McDonald's?
Me, I don't help out. I don't.
I mean, honestly, you lost me at the. I mean, I figured it's Mountain Standard Time, 5 a.m. over here. I figured it's time for a big brekkie burger. I mean, what's the deal?
A big. Would you like a big brekkie burger?
Do they do breakfast all day over there?
We do all day, man. We do all day breakfast.
Then you're eating the big brekkie burger. Come on, dude. Like, eat the big brekkie burger. That's the one.
I think that's the recommendation. What? Sorry, what was that? Okay. Thank you for your call. Thank you so much for your call.
Look, it's not McDonald's, bro. But you get the big brekkie burger. That's the one thing you guys have out there that we don't have. Yep. We should be eating that thing every day just to rub it in our faces.
It is amazing. I absolutely love that brekkie burger, by the way. Oh man, that was brilliant. Keep the calls coming, chat. Thank you so much for that. All right, where did I leave off on the questions? Give me a moment here. Who do you want to meet the most at TwitchCon? That's a big one.
I know this guy. He's 7'6" tall.
Jesus.
Huge. He could be playing for any basketball team out there, but he doesn't play basketball. He plays video games on Twitch, and his name's McTasty TV, aka Tazen Television. I'm actually very, very excited to meet him. But he's not the only person I'm excited to meet. He's one of many nephews who I'm foaming at the mouth to make their acquaintance. I'm really excited to meet a lot of nephews at TwitchCon. McTasty is he's an easy target because he's huge. He's a giant man. He's 7'6" tall. You know, he's like,
that's big.
Dr. Disrespect would be looking up at McTasty saying, "Can I play Call of Duty Blackout with you? Please, don't hurt me." You know, that's how that
stupid fucking mistakes, man. Stupid fucking mistakes.
So yeah, McTasty's definitely on the list.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, McTasty. That I agree with that. McTasty's a cool dude, man. Brienne of Tarth, as I know him. What are you most proud of? Raven asks.
What am I most proud of? Holy shit. That's a question. Oh my god. What am I most proud of? I'm probably most proud of and this is gonna sound so dorky and like weird, like in this space talking to you on Twitch, like it probably doesn't even make sense, but I'm honestly proud of having like a 12-year IT career that that's like carried me throughout my life, and like at any point in time, like I am comfortable with the fact that like I have enough knowledge in the field to, I don't know, go get a job whenever I need it, and it allows me the ability to do this comfortably.
For sure.
So things that I did earlier in life are currently allowing me to sit here with a camera in my face and be interviewed on Twitch, you know, by someone that's on the other side of the planet. So Thanks, Mom, for teaching me how to, have a job and keep it and not be a piece of crap. It kind of helped.
Dude, I respect that, man. That's definitely something to be proud of. I don't know what you're talking about, dorky, because that's something that a lot of people do lack.
It's just not flashy, It's not like one of those things that's like, oh man, I'm proud of my, 2020 Subaru WRX. It's all these upgraded parts. My rally racing career, I'm proud of like having all these babes, dude. Like, kidding me, bro? like no, dude. I'm proud of like being a dork. Like,
man,
sniffing dust on the tops of computer server chassis, and I don't know.
That's the best type of thing to be proud of, in my opinion, being a dork. But anyway,
hey.
What's oh, okay, Raz and Rungun asking this one, a big one. Here we go. What's your relationship status?
Wow.
He's gonna break a bunch of hearts in the chat right now. I'm telling you this. Oh God, this is not gonna be good. What is it? Oh God, the glasses are coming off. I'm scared.
I'm single.
Did you hear that, Rosin? He's telling you you've got a chance.
Oh, I'm single.
Dude. Okay. Good to know for future reference. Would you like to build a snowman, Meatwrist? Rosin asking that question. Maybe that's the date. That's the date proposition.
Would I like to? What, a snowman?
Would you like to build a snowman?
Out of what frozen liquids?
Well,
I need the answer to that before I agree.
We'll have to find the answer for that from Razan after. Okay, what's your take on Steph Curry being an NBA fan?
Oh, wow. I mean, Steph Curry's a machine. He's a product of repetitive activities, eventually, paying off in the. It's just crazy practice, crazy repetition. He's literally like as close as a human being can be to a machine. He's that, except for he has baby ankles. I mean, that's really the only thing I can really knock him for, is he's got little baby ankles. But he's shifty. He's got a good shot, and he's consistent.
Yeah. Beautiful. Choose that one game you would like to become a competitive player in.
Overwatch.
Really?
Yeah.
Overwatch? Why Overwatch?
I like the ranking system when it's working properly and they don't mess the MMR up. I really like it. I started playing with Sad Boy Kenny, McTasty.
I've seen that.
Amidst a lot of other people, to be honest. I mean, we've been really actually getting a lot of nephews involved in that whole thing. And specifically myself, McTasty and Sad Boy Kenny, we kind of took ourselves aside and kind of did some, climbing with each other. And it was nice. We got up to gold, and then the season sort of fizzled out, and we're just sort of waiting on the fixes for the MMR. And the real season to start, so we can actually get back into it, because we want to try to climb it. I'd like to climb into like high diamond, to be honest. So I mean, I think I could go higher, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna put some time into it.
Hell yeah, man. I've never played Overwatch
at all, like quick play at all.
Not even once. And I've never opened the game.
Did you play Team Fortress?
No, never.
I never played that, but Overwatch was my first step into a game of that sort of caliber. Dude, all I can say about Overwatch is it's got crazy replayability. Like it's fun as hell with your friends, because everybody has a role to fill, dude. And you played League, right? Have you played that?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so imagine being in a League situation, but it's a first-person shooter. Imagine being zoomed in and having a gun in your character's hand and running around, and no minions. Imagine ARAM, but with multiple lanes, or a choke. And don't get me wrong, Overwatch has there's control point missions where two teams have to fight for a king of the hill situation.
Right.
And then there's payload missions or maps where, you know, one team is has to sit on an object and it makes the object move while the other team is trying to defend it, and while they're on it, it doesn't move. So it's like they're trying, so it's like payload and control points and whatever. And there's different characters that have different roles that, you know, they have different specialties. There's tanks, there's healers, and there's damage dealers. And it's just teamwork, dude. Like if you have some good friends that are playing with you, it's actually fucking lit, dude. It's super dope. So it's just a good team game. It's really good for the nephews. It's really good for friends, and the graphics look great. It's fantastic.
That's really good to know, because maybe I will give Overwatch a go, because I've been looking at you guys playing it. I've seen Canny playing it for real. It looks deep and intense, and you know exactly what you're mentioning. I really would have thought that you would have said WoW, to be honest, but then again, WoW doesn't really have that type of
that's
anymore.
The thing. It's like, okay, so when it comes to retail, it'll be a while. If I ever dip back into the arena seasons in retail, they're gonna have to come out with a banger of an expansion. However, I am going to work my way up the classic ranking system. I'm gonna go for High Warlord, 100%.
Oh shit!
But the goal is to do both. I would like to play Overwatch well enough to at least get into High Diamond, bare minimum, and then I would like to at least get into like Warlord or High Warlord with, I guess whatever the equivalent is. What is it, Marshal or some sort of Marshal?
Grand Marshal or something like that.
Whatever for Alliance, whatever the equivalent is for Alliance. I'm trying to get that shit. So, you know, I don't see why I couldn't do both.
For sure.
And if I do both live on stream, I feel like maybe some people might want to watch that shit. So
I would be down. I would be down for watching that shit and being right there with you, trying to get that as well. Man, I cannot wait to get into that type of stuff. Actually, I do have a question for you, because it looks like we don't have any other questions from the chat for now. What of Warcraft 2? It's obviously been talked about a lot lately, because have you seen all of the new, I can't remember what it's called, but the leaks from the new expansion that's supposedly happening? No? Oh, shit. Okay, let me briefly explain in a dumbed down version for the chat, because nobody else knows what WoW is, apparently. So, pretty much, spoilers. Do you want these spoilers just in case? Yeah. Okay. Spoilers, chat. According to the leaks, well, not confirmed, but very possible, everybody's dead in the next expansion. They could very well be doing a complete wipe of World of Warcraft. To be specific in the lore, Sylvanas is going to attack Stormwind, and all of the leaders are going to die, and all of the Alliance characters are going to die. Meaning, my character, for example, is going to be dead in the next expansion.
What?
This is going to end the faction war, and it's going to turn out that Sylvanas was actually doing all of this horrible stuff to attack I can't remember what they're called, the Void Lords. And apparently, the speculation is we lose to the Void. And thus we get Warcraft 4, which explains how we come back. And after Warcraft 4, World of Warcraft 2.
Am I gonna be 80 when this comes out? Am I even gonna be able to see out of these eyeballs when this happens?
Dude,
because holy crap, dude.
It sounds intense. It sounds real intense.
If that's the case, we're going all in on this fucking WoW shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. God. And that's apparently one of the big reasons they're doing classics, so they give you some sort of option to go back, because retail, of course, is the game they're going to experiment with, and you're basically dead. So, you know, you ever want to play WoW, you go back and play classic.
baby.
I like it. I like it. I don't like being dead, but then again, for the game's sake, I think that's so cool.
We have to at some point get into a new engine with new skin shit, new graphics, ray tracing. We need modern technology wrapped around World of Warcraft. I don't give a fuck how they do it. If this is how they're gonna do it, then fucking go ahead and do it. Stop wasting our time. I don't want to be an old man before this shit comes out, man. Yeah. Let's go.
One thing, me and Ice Halo were talking about this, and I think maybe it's not as simple as this. I don't actually personally think they need to change the engine, because do you remember back in Pandaria where they did the graphic update, and everything actually looks dope from Pandaria onwards.
I want it to look more realistic, though. A little.
You want it to be realistic? Don't you think
a little bit more. Like, I want slightly more realistic textures, but they can still have the kind of weird, bigger, clunky, wowy, stylized as they make. Big weapons, big, like, crazy shoulder pads, all that. But just put, like, some HD textures around it, you know? Like, let's clean that up.
It definitely needs to be cleaner, but I love the WoW style. I don't want them to change that, because that's the difference maker between WoW and a Guild Wars, where Guild Wars... I loved Guild Wars, don't get me wrong. Guild Wars was actually my big MMO before WoW. But Guild Wars suffers from, or specifically Guild Wars 2, suffers from being too realistic looking, in my opinion. Because it wasn't an engaging game. It wasn't something that was nice to, even though it was nice to look at, it wasn't nice to feel. Whereas WoW is definitely on the, oh man.
That's crazy that you said that about Guild Wars, because I wanted to like that game. I put some time into that game with my friend, a couple of my friends, and because there was no richness of lore there was like, I needed a few extra layers to that game, and no, it was just all PvP, and that was fun. But come on, give me something else. I need a little bit more.
I think we should probably end it in a bit. So there's 2 more things I want to do with you, mate. Only because I know that you're gonna probably just crash after this. I don't want to hold you up too long, but I want to challenge you to one thing. Okay. I want to bring back that World of Warcraft card.
Oh, wow.
And I'm gonna challenge you. I got 5 cards. 5 cards in my hand. Choose one of these cards. If you get every single question right, I gift a sub to your channel.
Wow. Wow. Pick anyone? Pick any card?
Anyone.
Okay.
Marissa, how you doing, by the way? Look at these early hot morning dudes. Hell yeah.
I want the card right in the middle. It looks like you have 5 in your hand. I want the third, right in the middle of
this one here.
On each side. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the
one. That one. Okay. You want that one?
That's the card I want. That's the card I want.
Alrighty. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. So, let's cue the. Wait 1 second, professional streamer. Here we go. The millionaire music. Who wants to be a millionaire?
I'm terrified right now.
Meatwrist. 6 questions on this card.
Okay.
The first, let's jump right into it. The shrines of 7 stars and 2 moons can be found in which zone? Take your time.
Shrine of 7 stars?
Take all the time you need, dude.
Oh God, are you immediately hitting me with like a Pandaria thing? Because that's the one expansion I didn't play. I purposely didn't play it. I hated that expansion so much. Is this a Pandaria question?
I will give you a hint that yes, you are right. It is a Pandaria
one thing I didn't play.
Question.
It's the one time I stopped playing the game because I hated the fucking pandas, dude.
Oh shit, do you need a 50-50?
I need something on that because there's no, I mean, I couldn't tell, I don't even know the Pandaria zone names. Okay. I know Kunlai Summit. Dude, that's the only one I know. Kunlai Summit. Okay. That's it. That's all I know.
Okay.
I'm upset and I want to jump out of a window right now.
Ice Halo is offering... Ice Halo is offering Ask a Friend. And by the way, just to read out these comments, look at these early hot morning dudes. These are kind of dudes I want to hear say good morning and then give me a local traffic report.
Oh man,
that's hard.
I was thinking about doing a monologue right there, but I would.
You're too flustered with the Pandarian question.
I'm a little thinking here, and I'm really upset because I did stop playing the game just for Pandaria, and then I came back as soon as it was done. As soon as Pandaria was over, I was back, baby.
So I'll give you the three choices as usual. The 50-50. I'll give you the Ask a Friend, which can be anybody from the chat, or I'll give you the Ask the Chat in general and just see what they all say.
I would have to be a huge dunce, a huge idiot, to not say, hey, let's pick the Ask a Friend.
All right.
And let's go with Ice Halo. You know, it looks like Ice Halo is a hot dude.
Yeah. Ice Halo. What? Let me read this out again. The shrines of the 7 stars and 2 moons can be found in which zone, Ice Halo? What is your answer? This is intense, ladies and gentlemen. For a gifted sub to his channel, Ice Halo says Veil of Eternal Blossoms. Meatwrist, do you want to go with his answer? Veil of Eternal Blossoms.
I am in zero place to argue or debate with that. I have to. I have no choice but to agree.
Okay. The question was, the shrines of 7 stars and 2 moons can be found in which zone? And Ice Halo answered Veil of Eternal Blossoms. Meatwrist, for a gifted sub to your channel. I wish that I had better news for you.
I'm jumping out of a window. I'm gonna jump out of a window. Actually,
I don't have celebratory music. It is Veil of Eternal Blossoms.
What?
He's done it. He's
Wow!
done it.
I'm shocked. I am engorged. And a lot of energy flowing through my body right now at 6 in the morning, guys.
There are 5 more questions.
He kept me alive. That's all I need to know.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Which is not a World of Warcraft currency? Copper, silver, gold, or platinum? Can I get some DeeZie hmms in the chat, please? Because this is a very difficult question to answer.
Yeah,
the intensity on Meatwrist's face right now.
I'm racking my brain to think about the answer to this question, and frankly, I'm terrified to give an incorrect answer. But if I had to reach into my cranial lobes and pull some sort of word out that may pass as the correct answer, I'd probably say platinum.
Do you know where platinum is actually from? I'll give you an extra gifted sub if you can answer that question.
The ground.
Get fucked, it's platinum! The answer I was actually looking for was Guild Wars, but you know what? I'll save the surprise for the end.
Science! Science! I thought we were getting into geology and minerals.
I'll give it to you.
Periodic table. Wow.
All right. This question, I don't even think I actually know. So good luck. Crow Threadstrong continually threatens what specific type of vendor in Shatrath City?
Crow thread strong. Okay. Say his name. Okay, does what? In what?
He is a Crow thread strong. Continually threatens what specific type of vendor in Shatrath City? I would have got this one wrong.
Well, he sounds like an Arakoa of some sort. His name's fucking Crow, dude. Are you serious? Yeah. And I know that they had the lower area of chat where you had to get the specific rep with the bird people. Yep. But like, so Crow Threadstrong harassed somebody, a vendor in
he specifically,
chat?
Yeah, he specifically harasses one vendor.
So he RP harasses somebody.
I will give you 4 choices that I can think of, including the correct one. Trade goods vendor, innkeeper, fruit vendor, auctioneer.
That's
auctioneer.
Shocking. I can't believe that's even a question on that card.
Yeah.
That's a shocking question. Oh my Lanta. Whoo.
3.
Honestly, his name's freaking Crow Threadstrong, dude. Probably the freaking trade good vendor, because he's trying to get that thread stronger, bro. You serious?
3 is that
final
your
answer?
That's your final answer?
That's my final answer, dude.
You don't want to take like a 50-50 or...
Do I have more options?
You've got 50-50 and then you've got ask the chat.
But didn't I say final answer? Does that break the rules?
It kind of does, but I'm willing to. I'm not the dude from Millionaire. I don't give a fuck. I'm chill.
He's not Regis, guys. Who the fuck would even know this in chat? I'm asking chat. I'm just gonna ask chat.
You're gonna ask chat? Okay.
Is that the thing? Do I ask the audience?
Yeah,
ask the audience.
So, audience, I'll ask it again and I'll give the 4 options that I gave. Crow Threadstrong continually threatens what specific type of vendor in Shatrath City? So what did I say? Trade goods, fruit vendor, auctioneer, and the other one which I can't remember, which is clearly the wrong one.
This is all of you, chat. You guys have to answer this.
All of you.
This is not just one person.
We'll give it a good minute on the clock. I like the guesswork there, honestly. The thread work, the trade goods. It does make logical sense.
I figured it's in his name. Maybe he's got a hankering for it because it's his namesake. This dude's got some thread on him. I need that thread, so I'm gonna hustle that shit and threaten this guy with his life. But apparently that's not how things work. I don't know. Maybe who knows?
Once more, Ice Halo is correct. The answers or the options are trade goods, fruit vendor, innkeeper, and auctioneer. There is no food vendor, it's fruit vendor. For those who are saying food vendor.
Crows probably do like fruit.
Okay. That's about a minute. The general consensus from the chat is food vendor, which is not one of the 4 options, but I assume they are saying fruit vendor. But then again, quick note from Raven that she has never played WoW before. Ninja Steffo has no clue.
I have to go with them.
Yeah? Ice says fruit.
Wow. Oh, then I feel a little bit better about going with the audience now because Ice is something that I trust.
No trade goods? I like the logic there.
I thought I have to go with the audience now. So if they're saying fruit, then that's the one.
So true final answer, fruit vendor.
True. Fruit vendor, I guess.
How confident are you?
I'm never confident anymore. I've learned in my multiple years of life on this planet that overconfidence is a flimsy shield.
Okay.
Real ones know what I mean.
Your flimsy shield might be flimsy. But you're moving on to the next question. Fruit vendor it is.
Oh, baby. Crows like fruit.
Crows are like fruit. Chat well done. Chat well done. Fourth question, and I think this is gonna... You're gonna blow this one away, if you know what I mean, if you catch my drift. What is the name of the legendary sword that was once wielded by Prince of Air, Thunderan?
Can you just repeat it again?
What is the name of the legendary sword that was once wielded by the Prince of Air, Thunderan?
Oh, you mean Thunder Fury?
What? Did you just say Thunder Fury or Blessed Blade of Windseeker?
Oh, did you say Thunder Fury, Blessed... Wait, can you repeat that?
Wait, hang on. I think I said Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker.
Oh, Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker.
Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker.
I thought you said Thunder Fury.
Did you just say Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker?
Did I just say Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker? Because it sounded like you did. And
next question, motherfucker. You're right.
Wowie, baby.
Very good, Meatwrist. Very good. You did say Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. Very big tongue twister for me there. Which Eredar Lord of the Burning Legion is summoned by Wilfred Fizzlebang in the Crusaders Colosseum? Dude, did you like my impression? That was pretty good, I thought.
You face Jaraxxus, Eredar Lord of the Burning Legion.
It's too good. Can I get some claps? Easy claps in the chat. That's just too good. I love it. And final question, chat. We are into the final question for a gifted sub to Meatwrist's channel. Are you ready, Meatwrist?
Oh, yeah.
For all the marbles. Which Horde leader are player characters accompanying in the Dagger in the Dark scenario?
Which who?
Which Horde leader are player characters accompanying in the Dagger in the Dark scenario? And let me remind you that you do have a 50-50.
Oh, I still have a 50-50?
You still have a 50-50.
Oh my god. See, there are a few very, very important quests in the game where you have to accompany a leader of some sort.
Yeah.
You said a Horde leader. I can think of one quest that's very, very notable where you have to help a very beloved, specific Horde leader, but I don't know if that's I don't know if that's the name of the quest. Honestly, I think I might need to do the 50-50.
Okay. So Meatwrist has chosen a 50-50 for the question, which Horde leader are player characters accompanying in the Dagger in the Dark scenario? Meatwrist, your two choices. Vol'jin, Sylvanas Windfury.
Oh my god, this ruins everything. This ruins everything. That's not even close to the leader that I was thinking of. That's not the quest I was thinking of. This ruins everything.
Can I give you a hint?
I have to guess.
Can I give you a hint?
You can do whatever you want if it's within the rules of the game that you've created.
In my honest opinion, this is not a hint, but it is unfortunate because the one card that you chose, much like the first question on the card, the last question on the card is also a Pandaren question.
No, dude.
Can I get some DZWs in the chat? This is intense. This is intense.
You said okay. All right, let's dial it back. Okay, so I never played this. So there's already that on the table here. Okay, so let's think about this here. Let's think about.
Bring out your true neckbeard.
You said all right. You said Sylvanas and
Vol'jin.
Who? Vol'jin. Oh, Trollgen. Okay, hold on. What was going on in Pandaria? Let me think. What was going on in Pandaria lore-wise?
Track it back. You know all the cinematics that go on.
Well, yeah, Legion was the bullshit with the fucking Burning Legion, and it was, Vol'jin got last expansion. I don't want to spoil shit for people, but Vol'jin got some shit. Ooh, that happened to him.
Would you like to hear the question one more time?
I have to guess. There's no other way around this. Like, I can track whatever back as much as I want. It's not going to help me with the answer to this. I don't think.
Up to you. It might always help to hear.
All right. Should I do a coin flip? Can I do my own?
You can do whatever you like to get the answer, except for just looking it up.
No. I don't know. I'm already admitting I have no fucking idea what the fuck the answer is here.
Okay.
How do I show you what's the chance that's happening here? This is an American quarter.
Yeah. I can see it. I'm not sure if the chat. It shows up on the stream.
And then this I think is this a bicentennial? This is a bicentennial quarter. This is actually this is a rare quarter. These are rare. They have a rare imprint on them.
So if you win anything out of this day, you've got a rare quarter. Good to know.
Yeah, this was it was minted in 1976. That's how old this quarter is.
And you're going to use it to get this gifted sub.
Well, I'm gonna try. All right, so the head, because I hate Sylvanas, Vol'jin's the head.
Okay.
Fuck Sylvanas. She's the tail. She's the butt end.
Okay.
So let's go. I hate Sylvanas, dude. But that's the one I got, but I don't like her. And I don't like her being the answer to any question.
Choose your gut feeling, man. Doesn't matter what the coin says.
I'm gonna go like this. I don't like what retail did to Sylvanas. They did her dirty. And I hate her as a character now. I would much rather spend time with Vol'jin than Sylvanas any fucking day of the week. So if I was gonna do a quest with a fucking horde leader, it's gonna be with Vol'jin, because I know that dude's smoking some herb on the side and doing some cool ass island shit, fucking surfing, hitting the waves. He lives on a beach, dude.
Yeah.
Vol'jin's lit, dude. Sylvanas sucks. She's a jerk, right?
All right.
I like Vol'jin. I would quest with Vol'jin. That's my answer. Screw the coin. Coin's wrong.
Marissa Sucks says, but she's so sexy.
she's kind of a babe for like a dead
She
chick,
absolutely
but let's be
is.
real.
She's
Let's be real, dude.
so good.
Too
Anyway,
spooky. Too spooky for me.
which
I'm wrong.
one-
Just I'm wrong. I get it. Let's just get the theatrics over with. I'm wrong.
Are you sure you want to know? We can just end it here.
I didn't know the answer to begin with, so like, I already feel defeated because it's fucking Pandaria and it finds its way to creep its way back into my life.
Yeah. Pandas are scummy.
Ugh.
You feel defeated, Meatwrist, because the question was which Horde leader accompanied players in the Dagger of the Dark scenario. And your two options were Sylvanas or Vol'jin. And you decided not to go with the sexy Sylvanas Windrunner.
Can't stand her.
That might have been the best choice you could have ever made.
What? What? Go on. What? Did my party dude end up being the right answer? Am I fucking smoking J's with Vol'jin on the beach?
You're doing it, man. It's the right answer. For all the marbles, he's only gone and done it. He's won the gifted sub. Did I say Windrunner? It's Wind Fury, by the way. Wow. Meatwrist, congratulations. First ever time we've done one of these games, and you've gone ahead and won.
Okay.
Clean sweep.
The Price is Right, or whatever. Millionaire rules saved me. Regis rules saved
Sure.
me. I would
Big
not
true.
have won this if Ice Halo wasn't there, if the chat wasn't there, if the 50-50 option that allowed me to guess which one I didn't like based on some stupid character traits, if that didn't exist, I wouldn't be here right now, sitting atop this mountain of a gifted sub. It's a big
No, you
mountain.
wouldn't. But you know what? You did amazingly well, and you're the people's champion. Hats off to you. Claps all around. He's tearing up, ladies and gentlemen. What a stream. What a way to end it. This has been amazing. Gonna get some claps in the chat. Meatwrist, why don't you use this time to go ahead and plug your channel, because I think you deserve it, because you've been freaking amazing as the second ever guest on the channel. And not only that, but we all know that you're an amazing streamer, so go ahead, the floor is yours. Meatwrist, everybody.
Yeah. I had a great time. This was fantastic. Number one. Excuse me, I'm burping up bangs because I had to drink 2 bangs to stay up. I don't know how I'm going to go to sleep, but I have to go to sleep because I have to get up in like some sort of amount of hours because I'm going to be doing an art stream later today. And it's the first one that I will have done in a long time. I've been playing a lot of WoW. So if you guys are into live art, and WoW on the side, but like if you're into live art, I do a lot of that shit on Twitch. Hey, and I also am part of like an elite, network of, nephews that you may have heard of. Some of you, it's called the Nephew Network, and if you want more information on that, you know where to find it. Real ones know.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I'm Meatwrist, and I'm just a guy on the internet. DeeZie's the one over here doing all the work, so hell yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Come on, man. Come on. You've been amazing. You've been the best I could have ever asked for, because seriously, dude, you've been just so cool and chill, and I love the WoW talk. But it is time we part ways, because I'm starting to slur my words because I'm freaking tired. We've actually gone like half an hour over expected time, by the way, so guys in the chat, thank you so much for sticking around. An incredible amount of support today, an incredible amount of participation in the chat with all the questions. Once more, Meatwrist, everybody. He's been amazing. We'll see you next time, next weekend, Saturday, 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, where we'll be getting our next guest. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We'll see you then. Have a good night. See ya.